first entering town here, we're starting off something familiar. The Lumberjack show off to the right. How was that? Who won? Was it the Canadians? Hey! Canada, eh? Hey, that's what I like to hear. Plenty of that, eh? Coming up on our right here, as we are approaching the main water street, on the right is Ketchican's Fire Department. Now, Ketchican's first fire department, when the city was founded in 1900, was just a couple of strapping young men with a couple buckets, which was great until the fire reached the second floor. That was a little harder to reach. So they ordered a fire engine 2 years later, and that fire engine still sits, and it's right here off to the right behind the glass.
What year was that?
Ooh, 1905 or 3, I believe. To the right here, underneath these beautiful flowering trees, Whale Park. It's called Whale Park because from the sky, where nobody can see, it looks like a whale. Now there's a totem pole right here off to the right as well. That's Chief Cayman's pole. That pole is featured on page 25 of the U.S. passport. Now off to the left is where as we pass the Lutheran church. This church is significant. It is the oldest continually operating building in the city. In 1900, that church was when the church was built, and it's been worshipped in ever since. Every Sunday to this day, they have the Lord's table where a different family will bring a potluck style food, and they will serve it to whoever's out and about and looking for some good food on Sunday afternoon. So if you're ever here Sunday at 3 p.m., it's a great place for lunch. Is going to be following the meandering Ketchican Creek. It is the very same creek that the local natives would seasonally travel to every fish, and that fish would provide them with food for the rest of the year. Taking a walk after this. This is this is along the historic Ketchican Trail. You see these trail markers off to the side every 16th mile or so, and they give you directions. There's maps to all the local walkabout places that you can visit.
For sale, no listing.
There aren't any salmon in the rivers yet. They're still out in the ocean, but there are some trout that people like to fish for this time of year. Now, when the salmon do run, we're going to be having kings, silvers, chunks, pinks, and sockeyes that swim up this river in the tens of thousands to spawn and then die, which has become a famous Alaskan quote. You can see it on hardcore t-shirts back in town. Spawn till you die.
That little creek right back there? That little creek right back there?
Indeed. indeed. Yep, that creek that we passed a couple times.
Yeah.
Ketchican Creek. That's the same creek that on the way back we're going to pass historic Creek Street, and that is the creek that Creek Street runs along. The creek also runs right next to the city park right here, which is very pristine. It's a very nice park. The park is it's got a fishery located in the back to help increase and maintain the local salmon numbers, so that the commercial and local sport fishing is healthily sustained. Healthily. Ketchican has a lot of landslides or not. As we're kind of pushed down next to the shore, there's a lot of cliff edge. And if you look over to the left, there's red tinted building. It's a building that sits on the corner of what used to be Sue's grocery store. Sue's grocery store was Ketchican's first grocery store just before the First World War. Sadly, in 2020, there was a landslide that knocked down the back half of the building, and subsequently the rest of it was taken down for safety reasons. So the landslides do happen.